John, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Nice to have you with us.
Very nice to be here. My pleasure, thanks.
I'd like to hear about your book. Can you tell us what it's about?
The Shapiro's World is it's a book about the funny, overlooked details of everyday life. So, cross Seinfeld and David Sedaris. It's, I guess you could say, a book about nothing, but it's also a book about everything. About everything we come across on a daily basis, but ignore, or at least ignore as a source of comedy.
Where did you get your material from? Was any of it from the legal profession?
Thankfully, not much is. There's not that much that is funny that happens in the legal profession. It's a collection of observations, and I guess I've always looked at the world a little differently, and I started collecting these observations and things I've just seen, every day. It's all real things that happen every day that I just notice and jot down. So it covers things like relationships and family and weddings and dieting and sports and pop culture, television. And it's also a little about the human condition, like go over things like oversharing and human interaction and behavior, such as when you put strangers together in awkward situations like in a men's room or on a subway or on a train. And so that's really what it is. There's comedy everywhere and free comedy everywhere for that matter, if you know where to find it and how to recognize it.
Is there a sequel in the works?
That's a great question, because that's what people ask me. And initially I was thinking, gosh, how can I do a sequel? This is, as I said, it's about 10 years in the making. Until about 6 months ago, when I was down in Florida. My mother lives down in Boynton Beach in a retirement community there. And I was down there, and what a treasure trove of information, of material. In fact, there's a chapter in the book, it's called Migrating to Boca, about relatives that moved down to Florida and retire there. So I'm down in Florida about 6 months ago, and I'm literally scribbling nonstop with a pen and paper, and my hand was hurting. I felt like I needed a court stenographer to get down all the great information and material that was around. So when I left there, I realized that, wow, I probably had 10 new chapter ideas just from going down there. And so I think a couple of repeat trips down to Florida and a few other locations. I think I'll have a sequel in the next year or so.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking with us, Jonathan, and good luck with your book.
Thanks so much for having me. Bye now.